संसारेऽस्मिन् महाघोरे जन्मरोगभयाकुले अयमेकः महाभागः पूज्यते यदधोक्षजः. It's a shloka from Krishnamrita Maharnava of Acharya Madhva. The shloka says samsara is a ghora. It's really a hell, as it is full of janma, roga and bhaya. Janma, birth, marana, death, and bhaya, various types of diseases and fears. But in that samsara, there lies a big fortune, a greatest fortune, that is to worship the Almighty. Let's observe the tone of this shloka. The shloka is composed in passive voice, karmani prayoga. Pujyate yadadhokshajah. A sentence will be completed with a karta, subject, karma, object, and a verb, kriyapada. Pujyate yadadhokshajah. The Lord Almighty is karma, object here. And pujyate is a verb. But no subject, no karta is mentioned in this shloka. That makes this shloka open to various types of meanings. If the shloka is composed in active voice, kartari prayoga, that says he worships the Lord. Who worships? He, she, it, or they worship. Or you worship, or I, or we. So, the active voice is constructed with worships, or any type of verb. These verbs are limited only for some limited meanings. But, pujyate yadadhokshajah, the Lord is worshipped, or the Lord is being worshipped. This sentence is open for all the subjects, all the kartas. He is being worshipped by him, her, it, you, I, or we. So, this is the greatest fortune of the entire society, that an individual, pratyeka vyakti, is going to worship the Lord. The entire community, entire society is worshipping the Lord. That is the benefit of an individual. The Lord is being worshipped in Badrinath, in Tirupati, Rameshwar, Udupi and other shrines. That is our fortune. And not only that, the Lord is being worshipped in each and every home. That is the greatest fortune of each and every common man. We may not be or may be able to go to all the shrines. Still, in our heart, our hridaya, or at home, we can worship the Lord. That is described as the greatest fortune. So many noble souls, like Goddess Lakshmi, Brahma, so many other elevated souls, sannyasis, scholars, are worshipping the Lord. But we are not inferior, as we are also able to worship the Lord in our heart or at our homes. We have heard of so many people who have a lot of sufferings and consequently have lost their faith, trust in spiritualism, in God and other things. They have become ito bhrishta and tato bhrishta. This worldly life, samsara, hasn't given them what they required. And they are not able to turn to spiritualism, which could have consoled their suffering mind. But unfortunately, they are not going to that side. They are not able even to think of it. On the contrary, there are so many other people who are suffering a lot and still determined that the Almighty God can alone help me, nobody else. If you have not lost your hope, that suggests you are a fortunate one. This shloka consoles both who have lost their life, who are at the verge of losing their hope, and those who are continuing the puja, who are able to console their mind with the help of spiritualism. The shloka says, this is the nature of this world. This is full of so many diseases, births, deaths, fears, and other sufferings. You just can't change it. The only thing you can do it is to change yourself. Try to look at your inner self, not at the external world. Yesha sarveshu bhuteshu gudhosmana prakashate. The God, the Almighty, is there in the core of heart of each and every one. This awareness gives us stability, gives us capacity to face the ups and lows of this worldly life. All the types of other wealths, positions, sthana and mana may one or another day be lost. But the tendency of surrendering ourselves to the Almighty cannot be snatched, cannot be ousted from our mind. To achieve or to preserve this fortune of worshipping the Almighty, one has to do only one thing, that is to turn at one's own inner self. This is the fortune, Mahabhaga, bestowed by the Almighty to all his devotees, bhaktas.